freaking Joe Burrows, bro. Where'd this kid?
Boom. All right, World Wide Web. Another brain-melting edition of Sports and Tacos coming at you on Championship Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and run the intro. And we got some peeps that are running a little bit late this morning just because it's early on a Sunday morning, especially here on the West Coast.
It'd be nice.
But here we go. Did that run? Oh, is that what I think it is? Your background? Oh, you're gonna have to move your head a little bit.
Yeah, I figured that.
That's okay. It's cool though. I like it. Just like move your body a little to the right or to the left.
Yeah, let me set this up.
Okay, it's cool. All right, sports ball fans, it is Championship Sunday in football land. Time to separate the contenders from the pretenders, the men from the boys. The cream will rise to the top on this Sunday of Super NFL football action. So here we are. Here we go again. Another live edition of Sports and Tacos. I'm Spencer Cadigan, your host of Sports and Tacos, coming to you live from frigid North Hollywood, California, where it is got to be probably, a frigid 70 degrees outside.
I think Bentley's got a picture of what our window looks like out front here in Denver.
It's horrible. It is horrible.
It's
outside.
A whopping gonna be for the high in Denver, Colorado today, boys.
What?
12 degrees, and it's dropping. Once it hits 11, it starts dropping. We're supposed to have a whopping 1 degree.
Notice Tony's hat. He's ready.
Guys, I just want you to know it was horrible this morning. I had to put on a hoodie to go on my job this morning. Yes, it was.
Did you have one that fit?
I did, but it had been a long time since I had put it on, so it was dirty. So
70 degrees? You're bitching about 70 degrees? Hi, man in the shower.
All right, so we got usual G Unit will be on in just a second. She is going to be coming to us live from the great state of Kansas, where they're just a little bit excited about today's football game.
Excited about losing?
Okay, I don't want to jinx anything. Because it's in Kansas City. But anyway, so we got Bentley, the man in the shower, Fierro, who is basically a Patriots fan and a closet Raiders fan, just for anyone out there who is wondering. We have Robert, the mouth from the South, Humphreys, who is a huge Alabama fan and, of course, a Baltimore Ravens fan. And we have one Mr. Tony Big Daddy TMP Pantoja, who, like myself, is a lifelong Denver effing Broncos fan, born and raised in the Mile High City. And
it's right. It still hurts.
Still hurts. It's okay. It's okay. We got the Nuggets. We got the Avalanche. We have championship football. There's gambling. That's the only thing that that's cool about Championship Sunday to me with the Broncos. A lot of really cool player props going on today, with gambling becoming legal, in most of the states these days. I was checking out some of the player props and stuff. But anyways, there is 2 super huge football games on today. And we're going to be starting off with the San Francisco 49ers are traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. This is dude, both of these games are huge. Okay. Today we got an hour, and we basically, I think just want to go deep into both of these games, basically. So let's start off with quarterback play. Okay. So, I mean, and this one's probably a pretty easy one, but basically, if you're ranking the two quarterbacks on this team, who has the edge? It's pretty simple. You would think it's pretty simple.
You talking about the first game?
Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy?
Yeah. Oh, that's hands down Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
Oh, did you say
this is a team sport? So I'm going to give him the edge to Purdy because Shanahan knows how to simplify the offense, and Purdy is going to he's going to keep it simple. Defense is going to do their job, and give it to Shanahan. This guy, he's just such a great coach, and especially playoff time. So I'm giving it to Purdy.
I know a little bit about his dad.
He learned from his daddy.
His daddy was a pretty good coach.
Yep.
Sprint right option, baby. Sprint right option. That's why I always say
that's what's going to happen.
Running the football is so important. But anyways, Bama, who's got the edge? Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy?
Well, yeah, if you're going heads up, yeah, Jalen Hurts definitely's got the edge on it.
That's what I figured. I think that's what the overall consensus is probably going to be. You know,
yeah.
So any.
But I like what Bentley said. I mean, yes, yeah.
You want to come in? You want to be on TV?
They're in Philadelphia, so.
No, yeah, pretty stop statement. I've been saying that they finally get beat at some point. San Fran, today's got to be the day.
Yeah,
games are going to be so good.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, but I've got to do it's like last week though. You know, I mean, speaking of the quarterback play like that, I mean. Eagles are going to shut Purdy down pretty much like, no pun intended, pretty much like Dallas did last week. Purdy didn't do a whole lot last week. They only scored, 19 points? 200 yards, something like that, if that passing this and that.
Yeah.
Give me Jalen Hurts on that, man. I'll take Jalen Hurts all day long, though. Heads up versus Purdue for Purdy.
Something about Niners on the road, they make it look easy. I think they play better on the road.
Well, you boys are all talking about all that fun stuff. You know what? San Francisco's flying into 52 degrees today in Philadelphia. Oh, my gosh. And then you got 20 and up going down in Kansas City. But right now, you boys are talking about quarterbacks. You know what? Purdy's pretty good. But at the same time, Jalen Hurts, I think, is going to prove why he deserves to be Super Bowl and then also MVP. He deserves a lot. And also he's got a wide receiver, Brown. Yes, he's the new receiver that has the most reception yards ever in the history of Philadelphia. If you think about it, look at all those players that they had in the past. I think they got something going. Plus they got Miles Sanders going. They even got some Goldberg guy catching the ball too, and he's a big old farm boy. I think Philadelphia all day long. Granted, Purdy has some pretty good people on his team, but what they're lacking is offensive line right now. They're still not all the way healthy, and if you're going to an NFC championship game, got to be healthy.
It's true.
I'm going to bring something from the multiverse really quick, guys. Now, this is the stuff where it comes from outer space and spirits and multiverse and UFOs. Somebody already put a 49ers jersey on the Rocky Balboa statue.
Oh, snap. Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
Hey, man, they threw batteries at Santa Claus. I don't see them. I bet they did it early this morning so nobody's seen them.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to throw the multiverse in here. It's something about the Eagles. Just think the Niners are going to come in. They're going to control the game. They're going to expose Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts' quarterback IQ is very similar to Dak Prescott. So I really think Purdy is going to have it very simplified enough and he's going to be able to play. And don't forget as well, they might throw in Jimmy G.
No way.
Yeah, see,
wait a minute.
No. I agree with Man in the Shower because they were talking about it earlier this past week. Hey, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Guess what? Purdy's been he's got 9 games straight under his belt. He's been winning, and winning. Why break that winning streak even though they're going to lose today against the Philadelphia Eagles?
Because, like you said, because their wins ain't been too pretty, especially last week against Dallas. Dallas, if any kind of offense would have came out with Dallas last week, Purdy ain't in this game this week.
Agreed.
True.
I think
Yeah.
the front four, that pass
okay.
rush is really gonna push it to Jalen Hurts. So that pass rush at the Niners,
okay.
hey, they are tough.
Yeah, but hey, man in the shirt, I get what you're talking about pass rush. They do have a Bosa. They do have they have a great team, man. They have a great team. They've had the great third-ranked highest defense in the whole league for a whole year. But guess
Yeah.
what? It's getting shut down today.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Let's move on to running the football in this game. So, because I honestly believe whoever can run the football the best in this football game is going to win this football game. And you have two pretty potent rush attacks on both of these teams. It's kind of okay. So I don't know how much you guys have followed it, but Bama. I mean, at least like the Niners. You know, you got Christian McCaffrey, and then you have Debo occasionally, which is a pretty insane 1-2 punch for running backs. And then I don't know like a ton about the Eagles. They have that guy. What is his name? Gainwell or something? You guys familiar?
Oh, Miles Sanders.
You got Miles Sanders. You got
Miles
Boston Scott. You got a bunch of them. And then you got Jalen Hurts that runs that ball.
Yeah. See,
And I mean,
that's why I give the edge. If you're going to go running offense, I give the edge to Philly again with Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders and those guys.
Yeah, last week against the Giants, Gainwell had 112 yards. Miles Sanders had 90 yards. Jalen Hurts had like another 40 yards. But
you got to understand, Shotgun, that was against the Dallas Cowboys where they're
Giants.
the Giants. There we go again. The Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what?
It's going to be harder this week. San Fran's going to be ready for them.
They're going to play tough. Don't get me wrong. They're going to play tough.
If you're just going heads up, in my opinion, on running backs, I give the edge on just running backs to the 49ers and McCaffrey, of course.
See, that's what I was okay, because the Eagles are at home, so there's always, a home field advantage just because of the crowd. But at least on paper, I think I'm more afraid of the 49ers rush attack with the 1-2 punch of Christian McCaffrey and Debo. It's so even.
I hate to say it, brother.
This is going to be one of those methodical. This is what I think, because I do not see Jalen Hurts being able to dictate to the 49ers the way he's been doing the majority of the season. This is going to be smash mouth grinder football. And who can run the football in this game, I think, is going to win this football game. That's my
See, what cats about San Francisco is they got their other star running back, Mitchell. He's not going to play because of his groin.
I don't think that's
and they need him. He showed major proof and major heart last week where, guess what? You actually need two great running backs back there because Purdy don't run as fast or as good as Jalen Hurts.
Honestly, I think Debo will pick up the slack for that, though. Debo is like a running back receiver.
Debo may have been picking up the slack like he was, once they got McCaffrey.
I mean, he
haven't needed him as much.
Right?
You don't need Debo to run much when you got McCaffrey back there.
Yeah, you got Krish.
This could be one of those games, though, where a guy like Debo is the deciding factor. That's just my opinion. But so with the running backs, I mean, it's tough. It's very tough. It's almost a pick 'em on who has the better rushing attack. What do you think, Bentley?
Again, I think the Niners, they're going to use their front four. They're going to pressure Jalen. They have the running game. They're going to simplify it for Purdy. I just think they're going to go in there and just take care of business. And we don't have to make it complicated. They're just going to keep it really simple. Remember, Purdy's a third stringer, so they're going to keep everything very simple, run the ball, throw a deep pass here and there. I think that's the formula.
Well, it is. I mean, that's essentially, I'm assuming that Kyle Shanahan runs like the West Coast 5.0 offense. Came from Bill Walsh. went from Bill Walsh down to Mike Shanahan, now down to Kyle Shanahan. And, I've talked about this in the past. The point of it is to be basically 50-50 so that the defense cannot, key on the pass or key on the run. Play action. If you can run the play action, sprint right option, baby. If you can run sprint right option because of a good running game, if you can run the football to set up the play action, it's old school. It's like not NFL these days, but it works in the playoffs. And
will Mike Shanahan be with his son on the field, do you think? Or making some calls? Hey, do this, do that.
Nah, man, he's going to have a Coke and a smile. He's going to be eating a Big Mac just watching his boy play. But you know what? He's going to feel sad for his boy after the game's over because I still think Philadelphia is going to win.
I do not, but that's okay.
And again, I don't know too much, but where's Philadelphia's head coach come from, and who's their D coordinator, and what's making Philly so
all
special?
fresh?
Yeah,
all fresh.
I don't know much about them.
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
I mean, neither. They're all fresh.
Okay, so
that's what scares me because usually you're going after the coach. Like for instance, their coach for San Francisco, he runs a nickel, but he also runs fives and dimes. Come on, man. He's just like his old man. But at the same time, his old man didn't have a team like what he has right now.
I disagree with that. He did.
Hey,
bro!
I know you're a John Elway lover. I know you got his poster on his wall, even though you got Burrows.
You're crazy. That's crazy talk. Kyle Shanahan is doing it with less than Mike Shanahan because he's got a third string, maybe a Jimmy G. I mean, Elway, dude, think about those teams. Shanahan had Elway, Terrell Davis, Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith. Like he had Shannon Sharp, bro. We had like a juggernaut of a team back then. He's got
minus the quarterback spot. They're pretty damn even. I mean, shit.
It's pretty.
Shannon Sharp, George Kittle.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, you got Rod Smith, Eddie McCaffrey,
Debo.
And you got Urchek, you got Debo. And then the one thing that we were lacking at that time was our defense because we're such an offensive power hand.
Yes,
and then look at the running back situation. You got Christian McCaffrey, you got Terrell Davis, which granted Terrell Davis ended his career short due to injuries, but at the same time, hey, Eddie McCaffrey, he just went to a new team this year, and guess what? Now he's in the NFC Championship, where he was on a decent team with Carolina, but guess what happened with Carolina? Almost won without him, but guess what?
You know what happened to Carolina?
The tail tells the tape.
You know what happened to Carolina? They got Baker Mayfield.
They didn't have enough kitty litter there.
They got Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield. They thought that they had a winner, and they sucked. Hi, Judith.
Hi, guys.
What's up,
Hi.
How's it going?
It's cold here.
We've been waiting for this day for a long time, haven't we?
Yes. Championship Sunday.
Yes, we have.
No, and I am in Kansas right now as we speak. I flew here to be with my family and friends for this game.
That's awesome. It's a huge game. I'd do the same thing if it was if it was the Broncos in the AFC Championship game. I'd be sitting in Denver right now.
You should have seen the flight from LA to Kansas. It was so unbelievably amazing. Chiefs fans everywhere, all over the airport, flying into Kansas City for the game. I mean, the game's going to be cold. It's like a negative 10-degree wind chill, but it's not stopping anybody.
Yeah, you guys got a whopping 21 degrees today.
I know. It's so cold.
Whopping 21. And then when you fly into Philadelphia, this is kind of weird. 52 degrees.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, if you fly into North Hollywood, California, it is a frigid 70 degrees. Like I was saying, I had to put on a hoodie this morning.
Oh, Spencer.
To go jogging.
Are you eating KC barbecue?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, we're just talking about the 49ers and the Eagles first. And then we're just going deep in both these games today, G Unit.
Okay.
Because it's contender pretender day. It is time to separate the men from the boys.
Yes.
So, anyways, let's wide receivers, guys. Who's got the edge on wide receivers? Eagles versus 49ers. And
Eagles.
include
Eagles all day
hold
long.
on. Include the tight ends. Include the tight
Like I
ends.
said, all day long.
How? Why?
Think about it. So the Eagles are going to be covering George Kittle because the last couple games that Kittle's had, it's been huge. He's been, what, 1+ touchdown a game or more? And then at the same time, he's catching over 5 to 6 catches. That's big. That's big for a tight end, including for that man.
So, okay,
and you know what?
Well, listen. So you're saying they're going to double team George Kittle. What are you going to do
Yep.
about Debo and Christian McCaffrey, who is essentially a wide receiver also?
That's where I can see them doing the nickel, brother. I see that. That's going to be weird for him, but I can see him doing the nickel so they can always have that free safety open to watch that running back
I mean, dude, that's a
or
triple,
quarterback.
That's a triple threat. All three of those dudes can burn you on any play.
Yeah, but okay, then let's talk about Philadelphia. You got Brown, you got D. Smith, you got Gobert, then you got Miles Sanders, you got Boston Scott. They have a team too, and they also got a quarterback that thinks he's a running back sometimes.
True. Okay, what do you think, Bama? Who's got the edge at wide receiver / tight end in this game?
Neither one of them are the same damn team in that scenario right there.
Yeah.
They both got good tight ends. They both got good receivers. I think San Fran's got a little better tight ends than Philly does, but Philly's got a little better wideouts than San Fran does. McCaffrey could be the X factor, but no, you give it to me, they're both the same. You put either one of those guys, either one of that team, you're going to get the same performance, I feel like, out of them.
Right. What do you think,
I
Bentley?
see it being a close game, y'all. That 2.5 spread, I see somebody winning by 3 points.
Bentley, what do you think?
Wide receivers goes to the Eagles, absolutely. I'm putting the tight end chemistry, the special kind of like a Kelsey Gronk thing. I'm putting that with the Niners, and I believe Purdy and what's the tight end's name again? Kettle or whatever.
Kittle with the Niners, George Kittle. He's
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
I mean, dude, he's the NFC version of Travis Kelce.
Yeah, and I think they have a special chemistry, and it's going to come down to the tight end. I'm giving it to the Niners right there.
Go.
Grand total receivers, the whole deal. Having that tight end is just a special. I think is more special than having the wide receivers. What the Eagles have.
Yeah. Do you know about George Kittle at all? G Unit. He's
No.
He's the 49ers basically have Travis Kelce, maybe the greatest tight end of all time. That's pretty a lot of people will argue there's been a lot of great tight ends. Travis Kelce, though, is sick. Okay.
Yeah.
George Kittle, if Travis Kelce is an 11, George Kittle's like a 9.5.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally that good. Like I think he's broke 200 yards receiving in a game before, which is unheard of for a tight end.
That was against the Denver Broncos, brother. You should remember
I
that.
say that because it was against the freaking Denver Broncos. One day he had like 20 catches for like 200 yards against the Broncos. And
He had 160 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
Dang.
I remember it. It was horrible.
He's good.
He's
So-
a tight end.
So basically, the 49ers have their own version of Travis Kelce. They've got Debo, who is just a freak, running back / wide receiver combo. And then they have Christian McCaffrey, who is also literally one of the best receiving running backs. He could probably play wide receiver if he needed to, all on the same team. And I guess it's maybe just the fact that maybe it's because I live on the West Coast now, and I just don't know. Literally, other than Jalen Hurts, I can't name very many players on the Eagles. I don't know about. I know
They're very young, sir. They're very young.
All you need to know is A.J. Brown and
D. Smith.
Devontae Smith and Goddard and then, of course, Kelsey on the offensive line. Kelsey's brother on the offensive line.
Yeah. So I think
There's some defensive guys that kick butt too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just like overall they are really good. I just know the names, so I gotta go 49ers here, just because all three of those guys, Debo, Christian McCaffrey, and George Kittle, I know who they are. I know what they do. The Eagles have just kind of been, because think about, if you go back to the beginning of the season, did anybody really know this was coming with the Eagles?
Not at all.
I don't remember anybody
No
thinking
chance I thought of the
thinking the
Eagles.
Eagles were going to be this good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going
Not
back,
this good, yeah.
not even Ian, not even Guy from Philly, who I'm trying to get to come on today for a minute. Nobody really knew. This Eagles team is kind of out of the blue. I'm pretty sure. Does anybody remember last year? Like, did the Eagles make the playoffs last year?
No, they sucked last year.
They did.
They almost made the playoffs, but they fired the coach after they pulled Hurts out.
Yeah. So okay. All right. So basically, we've done quarterbacks, we've done running backs, we've done wide receivers. Real quick, and this is another, just like the running back. Dude, these teams are so evenly matched. It's insane. Defense.
Yeah.
Defense. Bentley, who's got the better defense?
Niners.
49ers.
That's what I think
49ers.
too.
Niners are dangerous in the playoffs. They're always when the Niners get into the playoffs, that front four, their pass rush is dangerous. Niners are very dangerous, known for their defense, especially when it's playoff time. I don't know what happens, but these guys just turn it on in the playoffs.
And the majority of that defense is like first-round draft picks from over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, they're solid.
But what do you think? What do you think, Bama?
I agree. I gotta kind of give the edge to San Fran for sure, but don't count out Philly. Philly's not just some sort of little slouch defense, ranked like 23rd or something in the league right there. They're pretty much a top 10 unit themselves right there.
I think they were,
but they do not compare with San Francisco as far as that goes. Which is why again, Jalen Hurts is gonna have to pull something out to make it happen today. But
But okay, so Tony, better defense. Then I'm going to give my just quick opinion.
I got to go 49ers on this, because Philadelphia, they win their games by their offense all the time. You never hear, oh, pick six, oh, fumble recovery, oh, sack after sack. You do hear it, but not all the time.
So, what games are you watching? I see that live from you.
Man, I just see 49ers doing it. But you know what I'm happy about? The Broncos beat the 49ers.
Yeah, how did that happen? Anyways, that's a topic.
They didn't have Christian McCaffrey.
Wasn't that the 11-10 barn burner? The men's softball.
It was pretty boring.
Yeah, that was the one.
That's
the game that decided no more televised Broncos games except on local channels.
And they didn't even accept this on local channels.
All right. So, anyways, okay, so I do think that the 49ers have a little bit of an edge, but I'm pretty sure that Philly has got the 3rd ranked overall defense in the NFL.
Philly's not slouch, dude.
Philly's
not slouch.
But here's where, again, it's like a pick 'em because Philly is at home. That's a huge factor. And like Doug Plank was talking about last weekend, like Philly is a crazy place to have to play football. Those fans are nuts. They're like, from what I hear, they're just insane. They throw batteries. They boo Santa Claus. They're like heathens. They have a jail inside of the freaking stadium for the crazy Philly fans. So okay, so Philly or the Niners might have a little bit of an edge on defense, but Philly has home field advantage. Dude, okay, so just after breaking all this down, quarterbacks, this is my opinion. I mean, obviously, Jalen Hurts. Okay, this is what I think it's going to boil down to. And we're going to find out about Jalen Hurts and running quarterbacks.
You're sounding like Star Wars, brother.
Historically, oh, wait a minute. Look who decided to show up and talk about the Eagles.
Yeah,
can you hear us?
Views, guys.
Nah. Okay, so Ian, I'm about to dive into something here. Is Jalen Hurts going to be the first? I guess you would. Again, we've talked about this. Is he going to be the first running-ish quarterback to take his team to the Super Bowl and win it all?
Have you ever heard of a guy named John Elway?
Maybe,
No,
Or Steve Young?
I'm talking run first. We've had this argument.
Oh, I don't know. He's throwing the ball pretty well, Spencer.
He is, but I'm just looking at history. That's all. Because we've gone through.
If you're talking about running quarterbacks, you're forgetting Patrick Mahomes.
He's not
That's
a
right.
run first quarterback. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's ran the ball.
He has ran the ball. He's not a run first quarterback, though. He's a pass first quarterback. I am talking about like a guy that runs the ball probably 50% of the time.
Well, then you're talking like the Philadelphia boy. You got to go
I'm just
Steve
saying.
Young.
Has the wishbone Wildcat offense ever worked to take a team to the promised land? And that's why I'm taking the 49ers today, because it has not. The answer is it has not. At the end of the day, in the playoffs, you need, I don't know why, but you need a quarterback that can sit back in that pocket and throw the football. Brock Purdy.
And Purdy ain't going to do that today. Philly's going to be all over his butt, man.
What has he done to tell you he can't?
Well, like I said last week, if it was anybody besides Dallas and Dak Prescott's sorry offense, Purdy wouldn't be in this game this week. They did not play good enough offensively to win that game. The defense saved the day and kept them in it. They're not going to do that against Philly today.
Who's got
I
the
agree
better
with
defense?
Bama.
I mean, dude, you got Micah Parsons up your ass on every play against the Cowboys, and he ended up beating them.
No, he didn't end up beating them. Cowboys beat themselves.
It's true.
I agree.
Win's a win. Brock Purdy, I mean.
Well, when your quarterback, your all-pro quarterback, throws 2 picks in the red zone where they had to be must, guess what? That was 14 points. What did they lose by? 14 points.
Okay, all I'm saying
I lost
is
by
this.
7.
Well, by 7. You know what I'm talking about. So they could have won by 7.
These two teams are even across the board, basically, except for in the quarterback category.
So you think, Spencer, that Purdy is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts?
Shame on you.
I think he's a better passer than Jalen Hurts, and that's more important in the playoffs.
You've been out in the sun too long.
Well, you got
Hey, I know you got Purdy's poster in the bathroom, but come on, man.
Purdy has a higher quarterback IQ compared to.
Are you back in North Enders?
I'm telling you,
But he ain't got no talent.
Jalen Hurts is 10 times better than that man. That's why Purdy's third string. That's why he got drafted 296th.
Well, we'll see. I mean, right now he's got his team in the NFC Championship game.
He's done pretty well.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. Yes, agreed. But you know what? You need drop-a-load in there over Purdy to win this game.
Hurts is just like a fad, running around, making it all neat and so. But wait until that Niner front four is going to contain him.
So that's my only thought is that, and I'm just going with history here. I might be totally wrong, but all I know is in the playoffs and like in Super Bowls, passing quarterbacks win big games like this. So if the entire team is even, I got to take the Niners. So let's just give me your pick. Bentley, who do you think is going to actually win this football game?
It's going to be a tight game, and I'm giving it to the Niners, and I'm putting the score Niners winning 23-17.
Ooh, nice. 23-17. What do you guys think, Bama?
Again, it's Philly all day in this one, man. Purdy finally runs into an attack that he's not going to be able to overcome, but the defense will not slow down Jalen Hurts enough to give them a win. So I'm going to we'll go 28-24, Philadelphia.
Tony.
Philadelphia wins 28-26.
Ooh.
Dang.
What do you think, G Unit?
Oh, man. I disagree with you guys. I got 49ers all the way, 30-27.
Okay, I'm going to predict, dude, this is going to be a straight slugfest. I got 49ers winning this football game 20-17 in an ugly, ugly game.
Wow, I actually agree with Spencer for once.
Yes, and now you can't bet tacos.
Ian, Ian,
What's up?
you there?
What's up, buddy?
Okay, it's all you.
I'm
We
here.
need. Okay, so give us your thoughts. Give us your.
What's up, guys?
Nothing. Your sound is horrible. Just tell us why your Eagles are going to the Super Bowl today.
Because it's in Philly. Their defense is better.
Or what?
And their defense is better.
That's pretty much the factor. Defense.
Yeah,
and
Hassan
getting
Reddick.
home? Yeah,
Because of Jalen Hurts.
because of Jalen Hurts. You think Jalen Hurts is going to
Yeah.
take you to the promised land?
Yeah.
See, I knew Philadelphia boy knew what's up.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Well,
That's
look,
it?
I'm working at a restaurant called Senior Frijoles, so I'll give you a shot of it real quick.
Sweet, yeah, because we. Wow, that is
Hey, Ian,
amazing.
eat a taco for me today.
That is amazing.
That's Susie from Wisconsin.
Hi.
Wait, her
Hi,
name's not
Susie.
Susie.
Hi, Susie from
That's my mother's
Wisconsin.
name, though, so that's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, are you in Florida?
Yes.
Nice, nice. What's the weather? Is it a frigid 76 degrees?
It's about 68 and over today.
68 sounds horrible.
68.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah. Okay, sounds
It's
great.
only 6 degrees right now here.
It's 12 in Denver, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's negative 10 where Alex is.
It's -10 here.
So, all right, well that's it.
Oh yeah, Chiefs
I
fan.
forgot all about the cold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they've got a
Distant
cold
memory.
game tonight.
Yeah, it's a frigid 70 degrees in North Hollywood. So that's it. Your defense and the fact that it's in Philly you're going to the Super Bowl. It's that simple.
Yeah.
What's your predicted score, Ian?
27-17 Eagles.
27-17? Yeah, nice. All right. Well,
I
cool.
like that one.
All right, dudes. Let's move on. Yeah, we got to move on. There's another football game we got to talk about. We got to break down. So I'm going to run some commercials real quick, and then we'll get after Bengals and Chiefs. So we'll see you guys in just a couple minutes.
They're not in the playoffs. I know, so they should not.
Why sports and tacos? Because we're number one. We try to do things a little different from everybody else, and that's who we are because we party like the big dogs.
Okay, sweet. Who are the guys at Sports and Tacos? We're a bunch of sports experts who work together in a huge sports bar forever, and we know more sports than anybody in this entire world because we put our money where our mouth is.
All about having some fun, a little bit of sports knowledge from 3, 4, 5, 6 different folks, depending on the night. Let you know about what happened that day in sports. We'll get to it. Check us out. Sports and Tacos at YouTube.
Perfect.
This is Sports and Tacos. We got freaks out there. We got 4 of them. We got 5 of them. We got special guests. We got a man in the shower. We got a brainiac. We got a guy that looks like he's supposed to be on Sports Center. And then you got me. It's all about the TMP, Sports and Tacos.
Perfect. All right, dudes. We'll give a couple quick shout outs real quick. Our buddy Paul Pratt with Noah Water, the super electrolyte injected, super hydrating water. Noah Water, check it out. So I think you can find it on Google. And that's our buddy Paul Pratt. And also we're going to give a shout out to my buddy Ray, who should be on the show soon, at Pro Signatures Memorabilia. He's got some of the coolest sports memorabilia in the entire world. Again, you can go to, I think, Instagram or Google, Pro Signatures Memorabilia, If you want some high-end, super cool sports memorabilia, check it out. All right. So, who we got left? Everybody's good. Yeah. Okay. All right, G Unit. We're gonna let you lead this one off because I mean, you literally got on a plane to go to the great state of Kansas to watch this football game coming up.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, you know, I know that the NFL, the X's and that. You guys are at home, though. I mean, have a chance to avenge. Is it 3 straight losses to Joe Burrow?
3 straight losses to Joe Burrow. Yeah. Man, it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be tough, especially with Mahomes' high sprain ankle. Also, I mean, Joe Burrow, they obviously, you know, they beat us 3 times in a row, and they're really good. They have a good offense. The thing that's going to stop them with this game is if we could just keep them out of the red zone. If we could just keep them from getting touchdowns and we can defend them, our defense is going to have to step up big time in this game.
Yeah, no, I get it. Absolutely.
They got to defend the red zone. That's where that's where it always happens. Like right by the end zone. That's where they score all their touchdowns. So we just got to defend them and hope for the best.
That's true. No, that's actually kind of true. If the Chiefs can somehow keep the Bengals kicking field goals and not scoring touchdowns, because you know the Chiefs are going to be okay. It's going to be a crazy game. It's going to be, in my opinion,
it's going to be a crazy game.
It's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Okay, so which isn't going to be, I assume, very good for throwing the football as opposed to like a balmy or warm day. I mean, if the wind chill is seriously like that, the weather's going to be a factor, I assume, in throwing the football.
Exactly. This could affect the way that Joe Burrow throws the football and, you know, makes his good plays. I mean, this could affect him majorly. They're not used to this weather, so.
I don't want to say the Bengals are afraid of cold weather, but
it gets cold in Cincinnati.
They're in Ohio.
They're not too far away. But okay, I'm just factoring in like when it's really cold, and that crowd is going to be freaking crazy.
Yeah,
the Chiefs fans are going to be losing their freaking minds.
I know.
Yeah, I guess it's true. Okay, if they can keep the Bengals kicking field goals, you're right. They could win this football game.
Yeah,
and Mahomes could be on his way to another Super Bowl. What are your guys' thoughts? Let's start off with weather. What are you guys' thoughts on the weather? Does it really factor in? Does anybody have an advantage?
Not in this game, right?
Tony or Bama. It's kind of where I'm at.
So. None of this. Yeah, Cincinnati's used to playing this pretty cold weather. That doesn't. It's not going to affect them like it would, say, a team like Miami coming up to 10-degree weather, or a West Coast team coming over to 10 degrees or something like that, or a dome team coming out of the dome and playing in 10 degrees. But I don't think that affects Cincinnati today.
Got it. I think if anything, the crowd. In a really
crowd
can,
yes.
This.
Yeah, but I think the crowd's going to be a little chilly out there.
They are. They're going to be loud.
They'll be feeling good. You know that.
Yeah, they're going to be drinking Tony Weisers.
It's a AFC Championship game. These guys, there's people out there that have been freaking tailgating since 5 a.m. Drinking vodka and eating breakfast burritos. They are ready, I'm sure, in Kansas City.
Cooking ribs since 5 o'clock this morning.
So, okay, let's just do the same thing. Quarterbacks. We're going to start at quarterbacks. I mean, literally, Joe Burrow is now an absolute elite top-tier quarterback in the NFL. He just is. I mean, he was becoming that last year. He is now. So, who has the edge? Who has the edge at quarterback in this game, Bentley?
Joe. Dude, this kid is just so cool. He's got the edge. He plays on the road better than at home. And I love his confidence. After he wins, he smokes a cigar. He's calling it Burrowwood. Says, "Oh, just send refund checks." And this kid is very cool. You don't see him panic. He's got that Tom Brady edge, and he even has 2 supermodels fighting over him. I mean, he's the man.
Yeah. No, I get it. I've been saying this for the entire season. It's funny. I was listening to Sports Talk in LA. Somebody was talking the same thing. He reminds me of a combination of Joe Montana and Tom Brady, like somewhere between,
Cool
just
guy.
with his calmness, I was thinking back to the Super Bowl last year. It's not like they got destroyed.
He played amazing. He played amazing.
They lost that game 20-17. And on every down, he had Von Miller and Aaron Donald coming at him. Like nobody's ever maybe faced that kind of insane
With a backup O-line.
pass rush. Yeah, with a backup O-line. So I'm just saying it's not like I think back to the early Elway days, kind of, when he played great and then we get to the Super Bowl and just get destroyed. Just get crushed. Well, this was Burrow's first Super Bowl, and he lost by 3 points to essentially a bot Super Bowl team. I mean, the Rams literally bought that Super
He didn't
Bowl.
get rattled.
They lost. Don't get me wrong, winners win. But I just, I'm not even going to say I want to give my edge to Burrow yet. What do you think, Tony? Quarterback, who's better?
All season I've been on Mahomes' boat and all that. Now I stepped off, man. You can't play with that kind of pain, man. You can't play with that kind of pain. That's usually 3 weeks to 4 weeks.
Really?
I've been going for Mahomes all this time, but this time around, I see Burrowhead in Arrowhead no more. I see Joe taking it.
Tony, and anybody can chime in on this. How do you think that injury? Because okay, here's my opinion. I don't think he's that hurt, but if it was the regular season, he would not be playing today. Okay, but it's AFC Championship, so you got to go. It's all or nothing.
Well, they got Chad Henne already ready. He's already suited up. He's doing the same plays that Mahomes is doing. It's that just in case. I feel sorry for the kid that it has to happen in the AFC Championship, but man, that's going to be tough. He can't do some of his little skips, his little hops. He can't even do his jumps without.
He will.
It's going to be tough, man.
He's determined. He's determined. I don't care how much pain he's in.
He's kind of a Superman. He's kind of a Superman. He will take one for the team. I wonder two things. Well, number one, the weather. Okay, I know that from years in construction, in winter, outdoors in Denver, Colorado, the cold makes things hurt more. It just does. Anyone who's ever hit their finger with a hammer when it's 12 degrees outside, that kind of pain. Or like your back. It just when it's cold, things hurt. I wonder if that's going to be a little bit of a factor. Now, when you get that adrenaline going, it might not, but it might. And what they're talking about here on the West Coast in this game on all the big sports shows is it might not be that big of a factor, except for it might keep him from thinking twice about getting out of the pocket and creating. He might be kind of relegated to the pocket passer, Patrick Mahomes, which isn't a horrible thing, but he creates outside of the pocket. And that ankle could be a bit of an issue. Now we'll find out. He's Superman. We all know this. But I don't know. What are your thoughts, Bama?
Kind of what you were just saying right there. I don't care how much will you got to want to play in the game, how much tape you can put on the ankle, how much needle you can throw in there to take the pain away. When you get in the game and, like I say, start playing, it's going to affect you. And he is going to be turned into a pocket passer. Like you said, he's not going to be the mobile guy that sprints around this way, and does that over-the-head shoulder pass to running back down the sidelines kind of a thing right there, which he does in the past, uses pretty well, and that wins games for him right there. You put me I just don't see how he's going to be able to maneuver like he's done week in and week out before this injury right here.
But I think with these practices recently, they're creating plays around what's going on with him. They're going to create new plays with his mobility. Yes. They're ready for this.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got to, because he's definitely. You don't come back from a high ankle sprain in 6 days if that's really what he has.
Let's not forget also as well, is Mahomes' wife and brother going to be at the game?
Maybe it'll be too cold.
Be there.
They're going to be in the suites, so
They're gonna be in the
heat. They're going to be in the suite, nice and heated. They're not going to be.
They're going to be having Baileys and hot chocolate.
But I'm kind of thinking maybe y'all are right. Maybe Kansas City's been downplaying this a little bit, trying to make Cincinnati think that Mahomes really is hurt pretty bad, and then he comes out there and he's just got a little bit of a gimp. So
You
maybe, maybe a little bit of gamesmanship, maybe, but
You know
if
what?
it's really a ankle sprain.
He only
KC
missed
is
one.
an amazing team. It's Andy Reid. He knows how to play in the playoffs. If it was any other team, I'm giving it to KC. But for some reason, the Bengals just have that one little thing, the kryptonite, whatever you want to call it, that has that little edge over KC. They match up well. So we'll see a good game today, but I'm giving my little edge to the Bengals.
We should have never.
Yeah. Me.
The question is Joe Burrow's going to be 4-0 with the Kansas City Chiefs or 3-1? That's the deciding point.
And that's I thought, Kansas City's very much due to Joe Burrow right now.
Yeah, this could be.
But they're not going to beat him without hurt Mahomes.
You need your star, a star. Like Doug was talking last week on the show. They go into that groovy little tent and they come out happy. Maybe Mahomes is already happy.
Yeah,
he's got it. He's going to be happy before he steps out on the field if he wants to play today. But what would you rather have, a 70% Mahomes or 100% Henny, or maybe even 60% Mahomes? That's what it's coming down to right there.
That's a good question. And
like I was telling G Unit all season long, I've been on that good old Patrick Mahomes bus. But when he's hurt, he can't do some of the things he could do. He can't throw those passes like he used to. And I agree with G Unit what she said. They're probably preparing everything about now. We're saying this is what's going to happen. Instead of going 30-yard passes, we're going to go 10.
Yeah.
Instead of doing half passes, he's going to do slot passes. I don't see him throwing that ball long.
You know dang well, too, that every time a Cincinnati defender has an opportunity to put a little bit of extra weight on that ankle, maybe just throw an elbow on it while you're getting up, something like that. Oh, they're going to be all over him. It's not going to last.
See, and that's where I see. And once again, and I agree with the man in the shower, man. That defense is going to be rushing the hell out of Mahomes. That offensive line for KC better step up and speak up to the up to the mic, because they're going to run those outside linebackers. They're going to run that free safety blitz. They're going to make that boy hurt.
Yeah. Okay. This leads me to what I think will be the deciding factor in this football game for either team, and just like the NFC Championship game, whoever can run the football today in this game, I think is going to win this football game. And that's really why I give the edge, I hate to say it, to the Cincinnati Bengals. Because if there is one difference between these two teams right now, the Bengals are running the football. If the Chiefs, if it's -10 and you got mad wind and throwing the football isn't working for either team too great, and Mahomes' ankle isn't working too great, if this comes down to a good old-fashioned cold weather AFC Championship game, grind out, smash mouth, I hate to say it, but the Bengals are better suited to win a running football game with Joe Mixon and what's his face. What do you guys?
Pierre.
What do you guys' thoughts? I mean, I just see I know is what I see. Joe Mixon had 101 yards last week in that win in a cold, snowy game in Buffalo. They went into Buffalo and ran the football, threw the football. They did what they had to do. If the Chiefs have to run the football to win this game, is it going to happen today?
I mean, Pacheco's gotten better over the last, back end of the season. I'll give him that. But no, you're right. Joe Mixon's definitely got the edge as far as running backs go, I would say.
Yeah, he's got the experience. He's got the whole. But also, with Kansas City's group, Pacheco, number 10, somebody else had that number 10 on that team too, and became a star. Yeah. I see Pacheco stepping up. But at the same time, you also got that McKinnon kid in the backfield where he's like a slot receiver too, and That boy can run the ball too.
Yeah. What are
It's
your,
gonna, on running backs, a shotgun. I agree with you. I think it's about tied right now, but the edge does go over to Cincinnati because of the fact of experience
yeah.
and being there.
Bentley, if this game comes down to running the football, not passing the football, and it could happen in a cold, like windy game like this, who's got the edge?
I'll give the edge to Cincinnati, and I think they're going to throw the football. I mean, the last time when it was snowing in Buffalo, Joe Burrow says, there's no effect. Throw the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but anyone who's ever played football outdoors when it's negative anything knows that just catching a football when it's that cold hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts your fingers. If you've ever had somebody throw you a heater when it's like -5 degrees outside and have it jam your middle finger, you're just like, I don't want to do that again. I don't really want to catch that football again. So that's where you run the football.
Karate Kid.
G Unit, why would the Chiefs be able to run the football and beat the Bengals today?
Just because of what I said earlier. I mean, they've been planning new plays. They're going to be putting down new plays for this game. They've got Pacheco, they've got Kelsey, he's got backup, and they've been practicing. They're ready. They're determined. Third time's a charm. You know what they say about the fourth time. You can't win it all. Fourth time, you won't win.
Yeah,
the Chiefs got this one.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be said for home field advantage in a place like Kansas City, like literally probably the loudest stadium in the NFL.
Yeah. This cold weather isn't stopping anybody.
No, it's not. But I mean, I know this because, when in Denver, cold weather ain't going to stop any Broncos fans from an AFC championship game.
Yeah.
People get nuts. So, okay.
I've been to -6.
It's horrible, but if it's a huge game, I remember this game the Broncos played against the Ravens when it was like that. It was a horrible outcome for the Broncos, but I mean, the place was nuts. I mean, it was like -15 degrees wind chill.
It was cold there. Yeah.
If one stupid guy,
I don't think Baltimore didn't have trouble catching the ball that day in negative weather.
You guys wouldn't have won the Super Bowl if it wasn't for that one stupid play, just so you know. Joe Flacco, you can suck it. Okay, anyways, wide receivers. Who's got the edge of wide receivers? I gotta go just a little bit Bengals.
Yeah.
Cincinnati 100%, man.
Yeah, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins,
but remember,
Mahomes just has Kelsey. That's it.
Yeah, Kelsey and occasionally Schuster. That's about it. Yeah.
Juju Schuster. You got Tony.
Yeah,
Good name, by the way.
Okay, we're almost at an hour. Defense. Are these defense pretty? Are they both kind of bent?
They're pretty even.
Bend but don't.
They're right there, man.
Yeah, they're pretty even.
They're tied.
Yeah, we got George Kalafdis. We're good.
Oh man,
he is
okay.
Good. Yeah.
All right. Predicted scores of the AFC Championship game. Spencer says it's gonna be cold weather. So normally I would have said something, like 34-31 Bengals. Now I'm going something like 28-20, 28-25, 28-24, something like that. Bengals.
Is it snowing there?
And honestly, I really think for all these factors, I mean, I know everything on paper says the Bengals, to me, should be able to win this game. I think it's going to come down to who has the ball last. This would be one of those games, I'm not going to lie, where I would maybe defer the coin flip in the freaking before the game. Like, I would rather have the ball more in the second half of this game. Who has the ball last really could decide this game. And I really think, because I mean, it's basically a pick 'em. So that's Vegas saying, we don't necessarily know. It's going to come down, I think, to a field goal. It's going to be a hell of a game. So I'm going to say 28-24 Bengals. What do you think, Bentley?
I think we're going to have an overtime game, and I believe we will be at 31-28.
Bengals?
Yeah, Bengals. Yes, yeah.
Big Daddy.
Sorry, G Unit. Sorry, girl. I got 28-20. I see Kansas City going down in the fourth quarter and turning it over, where the game is now considered won. 28-20.
28-20.
Okay.
What do you think, Bama?
Sorry, G Unit. I was on KC all day long to win the damn Super Bowl all day, but with Mahomes hurt, I think they lose today. Cincinnati 30, Kansas City 24.
Man. G Unit. What do you?
I mean,
what do you-
Spencer, I agree with you. It's going to come down to a field goal. It could go into overtime as well, but it's going to come down to who has the ball last and a field goal. 30-20 or 28-24 Chiefs.
Yeah, it could, and that being at home, and there's another factor, and that is streaks. It's tough to beat a hella good team like the Chiefs 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Yeah, 4 times in a row.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like I would be much less confident if Mahomes was 100%, and it might not. And they could be playing coy. He only missed 1 series last week.
Yeah.
So I will say this: I would not be surprised if Mahomes comes out and that ankle is not a factor. The Chiefs could win this game.
They've got it. Yeah.
If he comes
Chiefs
out,
win it. If Mahomes is healthy, they win it anyway.
Yeah, if Mahomes is healthy, he wins. He gets
You
to
know?
hold. He gets to hoist the AFC Championship title.
You still
So
might do it with a broken ankle.
Yeah, he can still do it with the broken
Yeah.
ankle.
and I think we will know probably on that very first Chiefs possession. I think, how affected he is or isn't. If he is able to get around in that pocket a little bit, it's going to be a hell of a football game. If he's
Mhm.
Do you think we'll see Chad Henne today? You guys think Chad Henne plays any?
that was going to be my last thing. If for some reason they come out in that first series and Mahomes is not playing well, this is the AFC Championship game. And do you think they would throw Henne? If you're Andy Reid, let's just say he comes out and it's not working. It's just not working. Are you going to yank a superstar and throw in Henne if you're Andy Reid? That's a
I don't
crazy
know. You
have to.
decision.
It has to be really bad for that to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in reality,
What
dude,
he did, all
Henne
he did
played-
last week was go 98 yards for a
Yeah.
touchdown that inevitably won the game.
Yeah, you never know. He could be. What was the old dude from the Dolphins that helped him go the perfect season? Not Bob Greasy, his backup. Anybody remember that guy? He could be. There could be. He could be cast in that role. I forget the guy's name. Earl Morrill or something like that. I forget his name, but there was a backup quarterback that did that. Just came. So, dude, it's going to be a crazy ass game. I mean,
I know.
I'm not going to lie. I would like Mahomes to at least come out and play well to make for a hell of a game. But if he comes out and for some reason doesn't, I just wonder what the hell is going to happen if you're
Yeah.
Andy Reid. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, we have an amazing championship Sunday of football ahead. Then we got
2 weekends of football left. That's crazy.
I know, dude.
I know.
So yeah, I was thinking
Crazy.
maybe next week we could kind of do our basketball, baseball preview because everybody's got to get ready in 2 weeks from now. After 2 weeks from now, football will be over.
Football will be over. Then we got March Madness and baseball.
Yeah, so it's
That's
all
right.
basketball and baseball, hockey, but
Yeah.
the meat and potatoes of the sports world will be over. But I hope for 2 amazing football games, and we'll see everybody next Sunday. We might have some. It might be a weeknight show here and there. I'm trying to get some special guests to come on, even if it's a weeknight. Maybe do kind of an impromptu show just to get a big guest on. So, and that's pretty much it. Everybody enjoy their football Sunday.
I'll be thinking
Yep,
about you
have
guys who are
fun.
in these games.
When football season is over, life sucks, dude. It's like, I don't care.
No,
That's
it does not. You got baseball. You got some redneck NASCAR coming up. You got some good stuff going.
Like, dude, football, bro. That's it.
It's when diet sports time begins. It's okay though.
And we got frisbees.
Yeah, are we doing the flag football show next week?
Yeah, we're gonna be doing flag football.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We'll do our golf special. Yay.
There you go.
All right, guys. All right,
Cool.
guys. I'll be next week.
Happy Sunday.
guys.
Peace out.
Bye.
See you. Have fun in Kansas City. Don't freeze.
Enjoy the game.